Hey guys, it's Ryan here at Eff Your review. Out of all the genres in horror movies, the paranormal, slashers, psychological or even sci-fi, the one thing that truly terrifies me is serial killers. Why is this? Because we know that without a doubt they are real. That's why we've come up with our favourite 6 horror movies about serial killers, with a few special mentions at the end. Coming in at number 6, we have Silence of the Lambs. No movie serial killer list would be complete without mentioning Hannibal the Cannibal. The Silence of the Lambs is a horror film about a top student for the FBI's training academy named Clarice Sterling, who must reluctantly use the help of an infamous psychopathic serial killer named Hannibal Lecter to look inside the mind of a criminal, crazed kidnapper. He is able to assist them with their search, but he does not want to help them without getting something in return. What will Hannibal Lecter ask for the FBI in return though? Are they able to give it to him as he asks? Do they manage to catch the crazed kidnapper? The Silence of the Lambs is a must-see horror film with the Hannibal Lecter series of films. This film has managed to continue the infamous Hannibal Lecter name in the collection whilst fully examining and showing the characteristics of a serial killer. This film is a lot faster paced than Hannibal, which personally we found made it more enjoyable to watch. If you haven't seen this film so far, then you're definitely missing out. Number 5, we have House of a Thousand Corpses. Now we weren't too sure whether or not to include this horror film in this video. This is because we've never come across a horror movie with a more divided community. Some people adore this film, and others simply hate it. Either way, we loved it. House of a Thousand Corpses is a horror film about a group of journalistic travellers who are exploring through America to write about each piece they visit. They hear about the tale of Dr. Satan, who is one of the evilest characters known to man. Dr. Satan has a passion for torture and is something that's interested on the traveller's mind. After exploring a horror tour, they end up picking up a hitchhiker, but things get consistently worse after that. They end up getting a flat tire and need to go back to the hitchhiker's house, which isn't too far away. As soon as they realise there is no way out of this house, and the family are incredibly sadistic, this film literally has everything, from murder to truly evil characters. I feel slightly biased talking about this though, as I do love Rob Zombie's horror films. However, after seeing this film many times, I still absolutely adore it as if I saw it for the first time. We understand though, this type of film might not be for everybody. As I said before, the community is quite divided on it. Number 4, we have Zodiac. Zodiac was a very well-known serial killer around the 1960s to 1970s in America. The Zodiac killer was one of the first known serial killers to publicly express his thoughts and even send letters to the police departments. However, he somehow never got caught. This film is brilliantly created and breaks down every possible subject that it could have been. The riddles and codes that he sent through to the police are also shown in this film, meaning that you too could try to figure out who the Zodiac was from watching the movie. Zodiac is honestly a fascinating serial killer horror film to watch, and at times it's even really creepy. It's incredibly gripping, and if you love watching horror movies and love watching about serial killers, then this is definitely the film for you to enjoy. Coming in at number 3, we have Maniac. The horror film Maniac is about a serial killer who is obsessed with bringing mannequins to life by utilizing real body parts such as hair as the hair on a victim's head. The film has an interesting take though, as it uses first-person view in order to make the audience feel as though we are living through the protagonist's mind. We are taken on this journey as he stalks more and more of his victims to create his masterpiece in his bedroom, full of mannequins with human hair on their heads. Overall, we would say that this is an enjoyable horror film to watch, and it definitely has a way of bringing us into the main character's messed up world and his mindset. The film itself is very gory, creepy and uncomfortable, which makes us scared when experiencing this messed up serial killer world. Number 2, American Psycho. American Psycho is a thriller/horror film that is based on the serial killer named Patrick Bateman. The horror film is set in New York and focuses on many killings and psychopathic activities that Patrick gets up to. American Psycho starts off showing how Patrick Bateman's killings are organised and hard to identify, and ends with his urges for murder fully consuming him. This complete consumption of murder means that he struggles to control these urges in a way that lets him be methodical and cautious, and ends up giving in fully until he goes on a massive killing spree rampage. During the film, we are shown as to how Patrick Bateman thinks, how he is, and how the psychopath can feel. Or lack of feel for better reference. This is definitely the type of film where the more times you watch it, then the more you gain from it. Not just the ideologies of a psychopath, but additionally the character developments and the different theories behind the storyline. And finally, at number 1, we have our favourite serial killer horror movie, The House That Jack Built. The House That Jack Built is a horror film that focuses on the life of the serial killer named Jack. The film bases his life into 5 randomly selected murders that he additionally expands on. These different murders become relevant elements to what makes Jack who he is. As you follow his story, you start to understand the world inside his mind, as well as the factors as to how a true serial killer psychopath may think. The audience are additionally shown the rise and fall of the storyline of this serial killer, and how he takes accepting every step of the process. This film is brilliantly filmed, edited, written and directed. The murders in this film are extremely graphic and will make you feel very uneasy. The film follows a philosophical dialogue which questions if art can take place, even in the most brutal of environments, asking us, the audience, many difficult questions into the path of pure evil behaviour. After watching this film many times now, we can honestly say that this film just gets better and better. The film's portrayal of a psychopath is accurate, and the narrative that Jack goes down is fascinating. Even the level of narcissism that you see in Jack's signs is very accurate to a true psychopath. If you love serial killer horror films, then this film is definitely for you. How many of these films mentioned so far have you seen? Let us know in the comments, or additionally what films you think that we've missed in the video. Here are a few honourable mentions. BTK, The Clove Hitch Killer, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and finally, Chained. Well, that's all from our list of favourite horror films about serial killers. We have a top 10 list on our website that you can view at www.effyourreview.com. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you stop enjoying us down the line, you can always unsubscribe then. But our goal is to keep you entertained with all things horror for as long as we can. Until next time, horror lovers, peace.